Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to do an overview of Batman. This is going to be Batman from the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie wave, or movie, I should say. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the box. This side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Batman. The back of the card. Alright, put this back there. It does come with multiple accessories. It does come with a grappling gun. Gun. Alright, pretty detail on there. It does come with two really big and really thick batarangs. So there's one of them. My camera can pick it up. Actually, they're both identical. But just look how thick they are. It's just unnecessarily thick and pretty big for the figure itself. So it's a little out of proportion, but it's fine. And it does come with closed fists as well, too. This is the left one. And here is his right fist. Right? And of course, it comes with a pug stand. Now, let's do the articulation on this figure. So, head, left, right, up, down. Ooh, really good. Shoulder. Bicep, elbow, then wrist, torso, ooh, really good torso, swivel, then do a leg articulation, knees, ankles, and last but not least, going to be toes. There you go, toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure is actually pretty darn good overall. Now let's talk about this particular figure because, man, people have been wanting this particular version of Ben Affleck Batman, including myself. And this thing sold like hotcakes, and my God, I can see why. One, the headpiece, I gotta say, this is a good looking headpiece for Ben Affleck Batman from the Batman vs. Superman movie. It looks good. You got the painted lips on there, the chin on there. You got the regular eyes. You got a little bit of grin right here on the mask or the cowl. You got small pointy little ears on there. And the rest of the actual mask itself is just going to be, or the cowl, it's going to be just plain black, just all smooth. Nothing too crazy or anything like that. But the headpiece, so I got to say, it's a good looking headpiece. Now, I have seen people make fun of it. It looks like it's a little too thin, like it's a little too squared, which I can agree, because I'll compare it to the previous one, because the previous one had bigger cheeks. This one's very slim, so nothing wrong with that, but something that I noticed though. But I still like the headpiece overall though. So the headpiece, I gotta say, is a good looking headpiece. The question is, does it look like Ben Affleck? It kind of does, but it does look a little odd because, again, the cheeks right here, it's a little too squared. But apart from that, though, I gotta say, it's a good-looking headpiece for Ben Affleck Batman. Then you have here the arms. The arms have this weird, entire body has this weird textured feel to it. You can really feel the texture. I'm not sure this is by design. I don't think so. I think this is just where that plastic part ends right there. You can see that line right here. But you can really feel that textured. I do like that grayish with black on there. You can see that right there perfectly what I mean. Like at certain angles, it's like a really all gray, and then when you look at a certain angle, it looks all black. So really like the whole shadow paint on there too, or I don't even want to call it, but it looks really good. Then you get the cowl, nice clean looking design on the, not the cowl, the gauntlets pointing right there. You got the trigger hands, right? And then on the other side, it's going to be the same thing, trigger hands, the gauntlets on there, and same kind of painted design. And also has that, oh, actually this does not have the line. So I'm assuming this is not by design. So this is mine, it kind of looks bad. Over here, there is no line. You can see just right there. Oh, it's right there, very subtle. So there is that. And then there is the Batman logo. Looks really, really nice. I do like the scuff marks. Looks really, really cool. There you go, the washed out paint black. I like that. Sorry. I knew there was a word for it, but I couldn't think of it. But the black washed out paint, it looks really, really nice. Just abdomen on. Look at those defined abdomen. Obliques as well as too. And of course, this one does have the cloth cape. So here's how it looks. Let me see if I can get it to open. On the back side of it, just plain black cloth, right? Not wired or anything. Pretty good. But underneath, it has this kind of look to it. See that right there? And so I gotta say the cape, I like the cape. It's cool. I'm kind of mixed or torn between cloths. Sometimes I do like the whole cloth cape. Sometimes I don't. For this particular figure, personally, I would prefer just a regular plastic cape, but cloth cape is fine. And then let's take a look at the back. There's something I want to talk about this figure. It's going to be the back side of the paint, because there is no paint. There's design, there's sculpture. You can see perfectly, even on the arms as well too. You can see right here, there's design, but look at that. No paint in the back. Look at that. And that is a downside. I have to give it a minus a point, because, come on, look at that. From the side, just look at the arms, right? Right? Paint, well, you got that gray with the black wash paint, right? And then just a little bit turn, a little bit, and then boom. All clear, and then there's no paint on there in the back. So that is a bit of a bummer, because the belt does have paint, but the glutes, the hamstrings, and the upper body, no paint. Even on back of this side as well too. So even under the arms as well too, there is no washed out paint on there, the black washed out paint. So it's not a deal breaker, but it is a bit unfortunate, because once you see the legs, watch. Well, I'll talk about the legs in a bit, but anyways, overall, I gotta say the upper body on this figure, this is a good looking Batman Affleck Batman, and we've been wanting one. I've been wanting one. Boom, here it is. And I gotta say, McFarlane did a really good job with this particular figure. The negative, I gotta say though, is gonna be that back paint, because once you see this, it's like, because again, just look at this, right? Just plain, and then to the side, then you can start seeing the paint, and then boom. It's almost like McFarlane's like, you know what, I gotta make as much money as possible, which I get, and he just cut corners. He didn't paint the back, but regardless of that though, I gotta say, this is a good looking upper body, the Ben Affleck Batman. The headpiece, it looks good. Again, the cheeks, something that's a little off, but it's not a deal breaker for me. The body itself, the design, the texture looks incredible. And so far, I'm really liking this Ben Affleck Batman. Take a look at the utility belt. Very, very thick and textured feel utility belt. You really see the definition of the actual pockets, right? And again, more of that black paint, a little bit there, looks like it's burnt up. And then the back of the utility belt, you can see more of that paint. So it's like they painted the utility belt, but not the body itself. And the utility belt, I gotta say, looks really nice with the nice gold, with the black wash. It looks good, and it's just definitely a standout, because it makes that utility belt pop with that gold. So I'm really liking it. Lower body, well, before I do lower body, does he have glutes? Yeah, he actually does have glutes. Not the greatest, but he does have glutes. Then you got the hamstrings on there. Again, that design. Again, I don't know if it's by design or it's just how it is, but there's the back of the hamstrings, the back of the boots as well too. A little design there. And you got the side of the boots on there. Right? And then the front, very defined muscle tone. You got more of those weird lines going around the leg, which actually looks pretty cool. So much going on, it's very busy, but it looks cool. And of course, that base gray paint with the black wash paint. And I gotta say, the glutes, the legs look good as well too. But again, the downside is gonna be this paint, just the lack of paint in the back. Cause look at this, plain, boom, and then when you start going slowly, you can see right there where they cut off. So it is a bit of a bummer, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. Well, not to me, but it's unfortunate though, but it's all good nonetheless. So overall, I gotta say, this particular figure, I'm really liking this Ben Affleck Batman figure. It looks good, looks really, really nice. I'm glad we got one. I can see why this has been selling out quickly, because, man, They announced it, people thought it didn't exist. It appeared, and then went up pre-order, and it sold out pretty darn quickly, so I can see why. And so, like I said, I really like this figure. I'm glad I got one. I'm finally glad McFarlane made one, and I'm really digging this particular Ben Affleck Batman, so I'm a happy camper for this. Of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? For the price for $23, because let's be honest, they increased the price now for $22.99, $23. I gotta say, for $23, it's a good looking figure, and for what you're getting, I would say, yeah, man, for $23, it's not a bad deal. I think it's a good deal. It's not great or amazing, but for what you're getting, multiple accessories, extra pair of hands, and a good solid looking, Ben Affleck Batman figure. So for $23, yeah. Regardless of the price, though, what I think about the figure itself. As I mentioned throughout the video, this is a good looking Ben Affleck Batman figure. The only downside is going to be that lack of paint in the back. That's my only gripe with this figure. Because again, once you see the unpainted version in the back, it's like, oh, come on, McFarlane, you were there. You were so close. But you missed the mark for being a perfection or perfect Ben Affleck Batman figure. Overall, what do I give this figure? Easily thumbs up for me. Even though I have my gripes with the lack of paint in the back of the figure, I gotta say it's a good looking figure for Ben Affleck Batman. Finally, we wanted this one. We finally got him. Here he is. He looks incredible. Just again, the lack of paint in the back. It's unfortunate, but regardless of that though, it's still a good looking figure. So thumbs up for me. Here we have Ben Affleck Batman from the Justice League, or Zack Snyder Justice League movie wave, and of course Batman, or Ben Affleck Batman from the B versus S, A Dawn of Justice movie. Now, as I mentioned regarding the cheeks, I mean, look at this cheeks right here, right? See if my camera can pick it up. Come on, camera. Right, and then look at these cheeks right here. See, it's a little fatter here, a little bit more wider. So, people are saying this one does not look like Ben Affleck. It is, but the cheeks are a bit more squared, more slimmer compared to this. This to me seems more like Ben Affleck. This one's not. And no, I am not calling Ben Affleck fat or anything like that. I'm just acknowledging the fact that the cheeks are a little off, so it throws off the look on this particular figure. But regardless, though, I gotta say, it still looks similar to Ben Affleck. Not 100%, but you can kind of get an idea that this is Ben Affleck Batman. Here we have Ben Affleck next to Christian Bale unmasked, or the China or Tokyo, whatever that. You know what I'm talking about. Hong Kong, there you go. Hong Kong skydive version of this figure. The headpiece looks really, really nice. And also to the figure itself in terms of the design and sculpture. Looks incredible. But I still gotta say, this is to me my favorite one out of these two. In terms of the actual Batman live action, I still think that McFarlane did a really good job with the Dark Knight Christian Bale Batman figure. I think that looks really, really nice. The detail, the design, sculpture, really like it. But this was good too. But something about this one though, I don't know, maybe because I grew up watching this one. So there's that. Here we have Robert Pattinson Batman next to Ben Affleck. Yes, I know this is the wrong one because of the hoodie. I know, I get it. There you go. I need to get a new one. I always forget to go on Amazon and get a replacement of the Robert Pattinson Batman. But anyways, here we have Ben Affleck next to Robert Pattinson Batman. They both look good, but to me, out of these two, I'm going to go for the Ben Affleck one. Here we have George Clooney Batman next to, of course, Ben Affleck. This is one of those figures where it was completely unexpected. Let's be honest, none of us really wanted this figure, but when the wave came out and we saw an image of it and seeing it in person, all I gotta say is I'm glad I got one. And so now we got George Clooney, we have here Ben Affleck. Come on, we need Val Kilmer Batman. And also, where's the variant of this particular movie? Because I know there's like another variant, which I have an image to the left of this particular figures or from the film. So McFarlane, if you're watching this, we want more variants of this particular movie. Here we have none other than Michael Keaton Batman. This is going to be Batman from the Batman 89 Amazon exclusive Gold Label 2-pack, which came with the vehicle itself and the figure, and of course Ben Affleck Batman. And out of these two, I'm going to get a lot of hate. I'm going to go for the Ben Affleck one. Because the figure itself, look, it really depends on you. So if you want more like a cleaner looking Batman, of course, go for the Michael Keaton. But you want a little bit more design and textured, more armored-like-ish per se, then I'm going to go for the Ben Affleck. They both look good. They both have cloth cape, which I like. But I'm going to go for this one. I just like the utility belt in this one more. They both are great looking figures. The headpieces are great. Design, this is more cleaner, I know, I get it. But I'm telling you, this utility belt, I know it's subtle. I know you might be thinking, why is it a big deal with utility belt? I'm telling you, when you see this belt, you're going to be like, damn, this is a very big, thick, and very separated pockets utility belt. And it just stands out. This, it looks good, almost like from film, but it's just too plain. This, to me, more of like what Batman would have as a utility belt. Pockets where you can actually, departments on it where you can actually have different things. So that's the only difference for me, is that I would prefer this one because of the belt. But this one, if this one had a similar belt to this, I'll probably go for this one. But because of that little detail in the belt, I'm sticking with the Ben Affleck. I know it's a little silly, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me this figure? Do you plan on purchasing this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Ben Affleck Batman from Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie. And on to the next one.